Hey, this is Notser, and today we're going to have a real treat. This game, we play Weakside defense. I love this matchup. This is absolutely one of the more fun moments I have in World of Warships, and we get to do it in the Tier 8 Premium American Battleship, Massachusetts, on the map Land of Fire. For the build, main armament mod 1, lower chance of flood and fire, extended secondary gun range, faster rudder shift, concealment. For the commander, incoming fire alert, vigilance, extended secondary gun range, improved secondary gun accuracy, emergency repair party, fire prevention, and adrenaline rush. So this is a pretty important topic. If you've played World of Warships in the last 2-3 months, you've noticed that there's quite a lot of one-sided random battles. And, to me, I think that's primarily because people don't know how to play when they don't have the numbers advantage. A lot of times players will just refuse to participate in this aspect, and it really hurts the overall outcome of the game because if both sides are lemming train, then whoever is better at using their fewer numbers to their advantage will ultimately end up winning 9 times out of 10. Because it's obviously important that both flanks can play, contest, take out targets in a timely manner and assist your teammates. That's the whole idea. You don't want to just go lemming train across the map and ignore responsibility that you spawned on, but a lot of people do that. So I chose, obviously we spawned on the weak side of my team, and we're going to continue to go to the weak side. First target that's spotted, enemy DD, as my friendly is apparently successful. Actually, yes, friendly does indeed capture B point, even though the enemy outnumbers us over here. So great job by the DD. Really awesome. I was spying on that North Carolina. Show yourself, North Carolina. I want to see you. Now, as a secondary battleship, a good distance to keep yourself at is about, give or take, the range of your secondaries overlapping the capture radius nearby. If you do it just like that, it's very easy for you to contest but not go all in and get rushed down by torpedo boats. And ooh, North Carolina pops out from hiding. He looks like he's leading just a little bit forward, so I lead him just barely forward. It does look like he's trying to slow down. And we aim at the waterline, hoping for some shell hits under the front guns. And we do indeed get shell hits under the front guns. And oh, first DD spotted over here from before has now transitioned over to the western side completely. I guess they don't care about capturing the base. As that stands, whatever. I'm just going to continue firing on these two. I assign my secondaries to the enemy DD to force him back, and I'm going to use my main battery against the enemy cruiser. Obviously, the DD doesn't want to get harassed by secondaries that continuously get more accurate over time. He's going to choose to drop off. So once he drops off, we assign to the next target. I don't want to rush over towards the DD, though. I would really just like to take out this guy on a broadside. So we're going to aim at the waterline. It does look like he's just barely angling back, so we're going to elevate the gun slightly and hopeful that we can reach the Citadel. 3 overpin. Not the kind of damage that I was looking for, but we are still able to fire our secondaries on him as he's trying to retreat. Again, we know that there's enemy DD close by, but we also know that there's not a lot of angle that the DD can actually get to have a really successful torpedo attack. In fact, it's kind of awkward for him because he has to sort of sail away and then send torpedoes at me. Because of the way Land of Fire works, this section of the map, it has a very low outcome to get a flank. It's very narrow, so the enemy DD has to go down a choke point, down a corridor, and when he's doing that, I'm just going to angle my ship and take maybe 1 torpedo, if that, and nice! Knock out the enemy Talon, who's attempting to retreat. Can't retreat fast enough. We know that the enemy used 1 set of torpedoes, and that's the second set. That unlocks an aggressive reorientation. I'm going to try and double back and angle back. The enemy North Carolina, after taking all that damage, finally wants to come out from hiding, and oh, we're just going to send it again. I mean, I feel bad for him because he played defensively for the whole time, and of course, he gets punished For the one moment that he actually shows himself. Again, another Citadel. Again, over 20,000. He kind of needs to change it up a little bit. The east side, not going very well. For everything that we're doing good here, our team is not doing over there. But we do have an enemy cruiser that's about to show broadside. And I'm trying to stop him. He recognizes and he actually stops before the shells get there. Good job. American battleship shells take a while to get to the target, which leave more than enough time to actively dodge if you want to be like that. But hold up. New Orleans, you are no longer the most important thing in my life. Battleship Hood, or Battlecruiser Hood, you're next. He has entered A point, and he is contesting. Obviously, we don't see him, and the enemy DD sends another set. And again, just as I said, this corridor is so narrow, it's very hard for him to maneuver. He would have to double back, go around, send across. It's very awkward. So I am very much frustrating the hell out of him. But what's frustrating is the hood is not actually spotted. Now, in this situation, I would recommend using spotting aircraft. It would have spotted the target, and it would have prevented me from taking such a heavy broadside, because the enemy hood recognized that my guns were traversed away from him, so he could instantly fire at me. But obviously, secondaries and our main gun will return fire. Hopefully we can catch him out, because it does look like he's going to be... Oh, yep. Just a little too much angle there. And the enemy DD is fed up. He's like, fine. If you won't take the damage, I'm just going to sail up to you and point blank you. Well, yeah, sure. Come sail away with me as my secondaries shoot you in the face. And, you know, they're doing pretty good work. Obviously, the Massachusetts no longer available. It's a very, very strong Tier 8 battleship. With secondaries, it does so much work in so many different situations. It really is just awesome. But the enemy DD, recognizing, whoa, 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 this is not actually good, he activates his smoke, and he drops off, leaving the North Carolina and the New Orleans to fend for themselves, as they're going to, of course, be spotted. I have my secondaries on the North Carolina, and I'm going to fire my main battery. Now, if I could do this all over, maybe I would invest in firing on the New Orleans, but he is far enough back that if I were to fire on him and get no damage, I would be disappointed. We do catch a little bit of the torpedo, and the North Carolina fires a little bit more. And just like that, we've taken like 10,000 in the last 5 seconds. But enemy North Carolina, not having the success that he wants, and he's in fact stopped and bow in. That's fine. I'll just aim at the top of the hull, and I'll allow my secondaries to fire on your superstructure. And I'll kill him very quickly. He just doesn't have the kind of damage per minute that I have in this exact situation. So once again, he fires his guns. Once again, I'm going to angle a little bit, hopeful to cause them to do, basically 0 damage. This is absolutely what you want to try and get into the habit of if you're on the weak side. You want to try and bait targets to overextend, chase you into a situation where they can't escape, and then knock them out. And that's exactly what I'm hoping that this enemy North Carolina will do. Obviously, I'm still trying to avoid taking torpedo damage, which we're doing a pretty good job with, quite honestly. I was pretty surprised that we were able to keep this going for so long, considering just how few friendlies we actually have here. Friendly decides to pop his smoke. I appreciate the thought, but I'm a battleship. I'm not here to hide. I'm here to fight. And recognizing that, okay, I can't just fire blindly out of the smoke and not be spotted. I need to use this to my advantage. So what we're actually going to do, I'm going to drop off, and I'm going to surprise the New Orleans. Note the New Orleans, he's kind of pushing up. He's a little bold with his play. I think he overestimates what is actually available to him. It also could be a clue that the enemy DD near him is also moving up. So as we're moving around here, activating the aircraft, which is helpful for this spotting. Secondaries are going to go off on the enemy DD. I was going to fire on him for the seconds that he was visible. He actually drops off. So instead, we're just going to transition our secondaries and our main battery at the New Orleans, which he's recognized the errors of his way. He's actually trying to slow down. And I don't think it's going to be, well, it actually might be enough. 2 overpin, He's still in secondary range, and we're still making it really hard for the North Carolina to assist with this. So from my standpoint, this should be an easy kill. He is going to be on the border, and he does look like he's rotating back, so we're just going to aim behind him. Note the secondaries missing horribly, by the way. The edge just screws it all up. But the edge doesn't screw up the aim. Enemy New Orleans knocked out. And that's 150,000 damage done. Now, the enemy is keeping pace on the opposite side of the map. My team actually has successfully taken the base. And now the only thing that the enemy actually has is the base that the North Carolina was capturing. In that moment, I could have maybe fired on the North Carolina, contested it again, but I think getting a kill on New Orleans was worth them capturing it. They're going to get some points, yes, but if you take out targets, it's so much easier to win a game than any other action that you can take. Whether it be chip damage, whether it be capturing bases, whether it be screening. If you have a kill shot, take it. Take the shot. Friendly DD is moving up. Enemy North Carolina looks like he's like backing up, and oh, I wish I had that shot back. I missed out on the mini-map. Friendly spotted him maybe a second or two before I pulled the trigger. We do okay damage, but it would have been better if I would have used my main battery against this enemy DD. We do have secondaries on him, but it takes time for them to build up their accuracy so they actually knock him out. And he disengages with smoke. So as he disengages, there's always a risk that he might have decided to send torpedoes my way. But the fact that there's an island there, and the fact that I fired before exiting out, I denied them the bloom detection. And we actually do pretty decent damage from that angle, and we're not spotted, so that's a win-win as far as I'm concerned. And we got about a kilometer or two. Let's focus on the DD. So he is trying to retreat off the flank. Secondaries are set up. Looks like his momentum's going to carry him to the right, so I'm just going to lead him to the right with my front guns. And we knock him out. Very clean, very nice. All we got left is the North Carolina on this flank, and if we can knock him out too, we'll pretty much have won the weak side with only a couple friendlies, if that. 2, maybe 3. So we were always outnumbered, but in the weak side assault or defense, you got to know where you can take, and using island cover and firing on the targets that you can take out the quickest, that will get you very far. You don't want to be someone who just rushes forward in a bow position and expects to be able to withstand. You've got to try and actively dodge, and I think that that is absolutely the best way to play battleships, is active dodging. Enemy North Carolina, still in a bad position, still bow, still slow, and he's still in secondary gun range. Friendly is spotting, so I just really have to just sail. I could stay behind the island and pause. Some people might actually do that, but I decide, you know what, I can still survive. I think I can kill him before he can ever kill me. So it's like more important that I put my life out there and damage him for the kill than it would be for me to just survive. I'm trying to get that Kraken unleashed. I really like the way this game ended up being. It absolutely was everything that I had hoped it would be when I started out on the weak side defense, and it's lived up to it, and it's just great. Battleships, this is something that you guys can absolutely do every single game. If you are spawned on the weak side, try to withstand the enemy's assault. We miss out on that Kraken just barely. Secondaries don't kill him. That's okay, though. We've done so much work for our team. We can even capture this base. But yeah, as the weak side battleship, you have so much power over the outcome of the game because you can withstand multiple enemies with great angling, and you can return fire and even knock out some of them. It's absolutely one of the more fun parts of it that I've recently discovered within the last, 3 months. That I'm actually really good at it too. So, it's a win-win. We miss out on that shot. Not enough lead. Again, American shells just a little slow. But we should be able to capture the base. I don't think the cruiser is going to engage us at all. Friendlies are obviously dealing with them. There's obviously the submarine that they are targeting and pinging, and hopefully people can drop. One thing that is weak about the Massachusetts, if you have it, it's very horrible against subs. It has basically short range ASW for submarines, and that's because it just overperforms. And oh, is this going to be the Kraken? Oh, it's a good shot, and yes! Kraken unleashed. 3 citadels, 183,000 damage done, high caliber, and a base capture. Do you need anything else? You need a kitchen sink? It was great. This was a great game. We're still alive. We still have one more heal left. We could keep this going for another 5-10 more minutes. Use my spotting, hopefully to aim at the Shokaku, but I don't actually have range, so I just have to watch as friendlies slowly take out the target. And oh, we might actually get a shot on this guy. I take it, of course, hopeful that we'll actually land it. But it looks like the shells won't get there in time, and yes, that is the end of the game. And boy, was that a game. Love, love, love the Massachusetts, and love, love, love that game. If you enjoyed it, please like the video. 27,000 base XP, nice. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I stream at twitch.tv/Notser. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.